Struggling to stick to your habits? What if I told you that building life-changing habits could be as easy as taking just 2 minutes of your time? This is the secret to the 2-minute rule, and in this video, I'll show you exactly how it works. The 2-minute rule, introduced by James Clear in Atomic Habits, is a simple yet powerful strategy to help you start and stick to habits by making them ridiculously easy to do. The idea is to scale down your desired habits to actions that take just 2 minutes or less. The 2-minute rule is a simple yet powerful strategy to make habits stick by starting small, really small. Instead of setting overwhelming goals like reading 50 books in a year, you focus on something tiny, like reading a single page. This works because the hardest part of building any habit is starting, and by reducing the task to its simplest form, you lower the mental barrier and remove the temptation to procrastinate. Psychology backs this up with the idea of activation energy, which is the effort needed to begin a task, and the smaller that energy, the easier it is to get going. Once you start, momentum takes over, kind of like a snowball rolling downhill, because small actions often lead to bigger ones. For example, putting on your running shoes might lead to stepping outside and eventually going for a jog. Each time you complete even a small step, your brain releases a hit of dopamine, rewarding you and reinforcing the behavior. Over time, these small wins build confidence and create a sense of identity, so reading one page isn't just an action, it makes you feel like a reader. This approach taps into the power of repetition and compounding, where small improvements add up to major transformations over time. It's not about doing something grand every day. It's about showing up, even in the smallest way, and letting those tiny steps lead to lasting change. Let's go step by step on how to apply the 2-minute rule in our daily lives. Step 1. Identify the habit you want to build. Ask yourself, what's one habit you've been meaning to start? Think about it now. Step 2 is to break down the goal into a 2-minute version. If your goal is to work out, scale it down to something like rolling out your yoga mat. If you want to write, just commit to opening your laptop and typing one sentence. The key is to make it so easy that it feels almost silly not to do it. Step 3 is to commit to repeating the 2-minute habit on a daily basis. It's your only goal. Show up every day. Don't worry about how much you do, just focus on starting. Finally, step 4, the habit expands naturally, and without realizing it over time, you'll find yourself naturally wanting to do more. Putting on your running shoes often leads to a quick jog, and opening a book turns into reading a chapter. That's the power of momentum. Here are some real-life examples of using the 2-minute rule to build habits. Reading more. Instead of committing to reading for an hour every day, start by reading just one sentence or opening the book. Once the book is in your hands, it's easier to keep going. If you want to tidy your room, start by putting away one item. That small act often leads to cleaning more because you've already begun. If sitting in silence for 10 minutes feels intimidating, start with just 2 deep breaths. Those few seconds can help you settle into the habit over time. By scaling down the habit, you eliminate the intimidation factor. Habits are the compound interest of self-improvement. Just like money multiplies through compound interest, your daily actions accumulate over time to shape your outcomes. James Clear explains in Atomic Habits that habits are not about achieving perfection or dramatic intensity in the short term, but about building a system that allows you to show up consistently. Think of it this way. A habit doesn't need to feel monumental to make a monumental difference in your life. Instead of focusing on how much you do, the 2-minute rule emphasizes simply starting, no matter how small the action. This taps into what Clear calls the law of least effort, making it so easy that it's harder to say no than yes. Now it's your turn. Pick one habit and commit to doing the 2-minute version of it today. Let me know in the comments what habit you're starting, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more simple strategies to improve your life.